So it's Valentine's Day, and it actually is when I'm recording this, so I have some editing to do real quick because I almost forgot to do the Valentine's Day video. But on Valentine's Day, you take that special person in your life out for dinner, out for a date, usually something like that. Whether you're going ice skating, or you're going out bowling, or you're going just to dinner, here are 10 great fragrances to wear on that Valentine's Day date night. So that's what we're talking about today. So without further ado, let's get it. What's good, my great smelling dudes? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Randy, aka Fragrance Dude. Happy Valentine's Day to all of you men and women out there. I appreciate you. Hopefully you're having a fantastic day, getting some good gifts. My wife got me a nice little Valentine's Day fragrance haul that she's allowing me to go on like a fragrance shopping spree, and so I ended up picking up like 5 or 6 different fragrances. So well done, Jen. But with that said, before we get into this video, make sure to hit the subscribe button if you're not. Also hit that like, comment below. Let me know what you're going to be wearing tonight for Valentine's Day. Whether you're going to be sitting at home yourself or you're going out with somebody else, please let me know. With that said, so Valentine's Day, usually you take somebody out. If you don't take somebody out, who gives a shit? Whether it's today, tomorrow, the next day. I just want to talk about some great fragrances. So if you are trying to impress somebody that you're going on your first date with, if you have a Tinder date, if you have a wife, doesn't really matter. All of these work. So yeah, we're going to be talking about 10 of those. So did you guys actually think that you were going to get a list? Just ask the person that you're taking out what their favorite fragrance of yours is and just wear that. Duh. No, I'm just kidding. Obviously, I'm going to do a list, but I figured I had to add that in there because honestly, that's the best recommendation I can give to you, is that if you actually know the person and they know some of the fragrances that you have, just have them pick it out. Because if you're going to take them out, you want them to smell whatever your favorite is. For me, it's either most wanted or wanted by night. I'll have my wife choose when she gets home from work. With that said, 10 fragrances that are great for Valentine's Day date nights. Starting with this one, especially if you're in the cool weather, this is Bvlgari's Man in Black. It's vanillas, spices, a little bit of iris. It's kind of like their version of Spice Bomb Extreme, where it's that kind of powdery spice bomb. Very, very nice fragrance. I honestly like this better because it's not as powdery and it has a better blend than what you get with that Spice Bomb Extreme. But yeah, Bvlgari Man in Black, really nice. I'm not going to spend forever on these fragrances. Most of these ones you guys know. I'm just going to give you these hints as to what to wear. This one is a brand new one that I got in by accident. I was ordering something and it was not in stock anymore, so I had to pick something real quick. And I picked this, and it's amazing. This is Une Nuit Nomade Sugar Leather. This smells like a non-redundant angel share if you made it a little bit higher quality and you mix it together with the oriental spices and like caramel and stuff like that you would get from like Parfums de Marly Wajan. And then you have its own little twist, which is a supple, soft leather underneath it. It's a very beautiful, I mean, it literally is a unisex leaning masculine version of those two fragrances mixed together with a ton of caramel on top and a supple, soft leather underneath it. Sugar leather, and you can get it for under $100. If you like those two fragrances I just mentioned, just take my advice and thank me later. I mean, it's that good. It's really freaking good. It is a little bit more on the intimate side. It starts out projecting above average, but after an hour, it's more on the intimate side. And I actually like that about it because all of the other ones in this DNA usually are super loud. But if you want more of a cuddling version of it, there you go. Very nice. This one I could replace with the Gentleman Society Extreme. Gentleman Society Extreme I just got in today, so I could have put it on this list. Is it right here? Yeah, right there. But before that came in, I had this one on the list, so go with either one. This is Givenchy Gentleman Boise. I was trying to think of the name because I just said Society Extreme. But yeah, either one of these is good. Society Extreme is that Society, which is like a powdery vanilla tonka mixture that has that orris butter underneath it, mixed together with Palo Santo, which is like a nice warm and semi-powdery but semi-sweet woods. And then you add this kind of coffee underneath it. It's probably the best release of last year, to be honest. And Gentleman Boisé is my favorite of the Gentleman fragrances, the original like 5 or 6. It's really, really nice. It has this kind of chocolatey tone. It dials down the iris the most out of the entire line. So really, really beautiful. Still has that powder to it. Still has a Gentleman DNA, but it's more of the night out, a little bit sweeter version of it. And that's why I like it. Going into the next one, this one's discontinued, so if you can't find this, which you can on some discounters for like 180, but you can still buy the Parfum, which is a not as good version of it, but it still smells similar. This is Acqua di Gio Profumo. Acqua di Gio Profumo, if you like Acqua di Gio, it's the night out version of it. Obviously, it's going to be that marine, semi-green, semi-mineralic Acqua di Gio DNA. Everybody knows it. It's just the night out version. Has a slight little bit of sweetness in there. It's a little bit more grown up, a little bit of a smoky nuance. I love it. Acqua di Gio Profumo. I just tried out the elixir. It's not as good. With that said, going in the next one, this one has to be in everybody's collection unless you don't like a slight mentholated vibe to your fragrance. This is Parfums de Marly Layton. Parfums de Marly Layton. It smells really, really nice, but I know some people were kind of pushed away from it, from that menthol mintiness that you get from it. For me, it doesn't come off as strong. It's more of that kind of really warm, ambery apple. And then you get some woods underneath, a little bit of vetiver, but for the most part, the fragrance is centered around this warm and rich amber mixture, that apple, and then you get, especially in the first hour, that mentholated mintiness that mixes together, and it creates a very nice night out cool weather fragrance. Parfums de Marly Layton, fantastic, fantastic fragrance. I have full reviews for all of these just in case you want to go see them. I'm going to save the one I'm wearing tonight for last. This one I just got in. This is YSL Babycat. YSL Babycat. It is probably the best vanilla fragrance out there. It's a very simplistic, semi-smoky, like vanilla bean mixed together with amber. And you have a little bit of a chocolatey vibe, a slight little bit of woods. But YSL Babycat, it is super, super good. I mean, it's expensive, mind you. It's like $240 something. If you have the money and you are looking for a vanilla fragrance, this literally is the best one that exists, because I'm not a huge fan of the powdery vanillas, and this one is not really powdery. This is where it comes like more of that creamy vanilla bean, and then it's a little bit smoky, a little bit darker and warmer. You get that dark and rich amber mixed in there. Slight little chocolatey nuance. I love YSL Babycat. It's probably the best fragrance pickup that I've made in the last couple years. With that said, this one's a decant, but I'm just about out of it. I am going to buy a full bottle. You guys want me to pick up a full bottle, and I'm going to. I love this stuff. I was the first person to review it on YouTube, and I'm really happy that I was, because it's really, really good. This is Creed Centaurus. Creed Centaurus. So there's about half the creeds, they do their own thing. The other half the creeds, like Royal Oud, Spice and Woods, stuff like that, they all have this masculine tone. Bois de Portugal. They have this masculine, spicy, luxury tone that you get from those style of Creed fragrances that only Creed can do well. High quality, spicy, rich, warm, addictive, but luxurious feeling. This one has that Creed luxury masculine DNA. And then on top of it, it's almost like you took a niche version of Spice Bomb Infrared, where you get the sweetness, you get the spice, you get that kind of pink pepper mixture, cinnamon, benzoin, all that stuff. It feels like it's all that packed into one and just made more masculine and luxurious. It is spicy, warm, rich, and it is absolutely phenomenal. Probably the best niche release of last year, in my opinion. And then also Delphinus came out, and that is amazing if you like vanilla scent as well. Going into the last three. This one, it's on its way in and out all the time. It was discontinued at one point in time. They brought it back. It's still, ask most people. They love this fragrance as far as designers go. This is Paco Rabanne's 1 Million Lucky. 1 Million Lucky is still my favorite that still exists. Obviously, Privé is really good, but it is that fruity plum. It's woody. It is amazing. It's what brought me into loving plum. It's a fruity night out, warm, rich, semi-spiced, woody fragrance that's just to die for. If you've smelled Bad Boy Cobalt, Invictus Platinum, those fragrances, especially in the opening, were mirrored after what this was trying to do with the plum. The plum is just so fruity, so nice, so delectable. And then again, you get the nice spices, the nice woods, and the warmth and the sweetness that you get from the other 1 millions, like the original 1 million. Just imagine 1 million more woody with this nice plum over top of it. 1 Million Lucky is just, I mean, it's a no-brainer. And then if you want to go with a blue fragrance, I would pick the Lay Parfum here, but it's in this limbo where it's discontinued, but they also have a new version coming out with Pine. So I decided to go with this, even though this one gives me a headache. I know a lot of people love it. YSL Eau de Parfum. YSL Eau de Parfum is that clary sage, that apple, that what you get from the DNA, the geranium, and it's just the sweetness in that apple are amped to 1,000. It's a super sweet version of the DNA, and it's super mass appealing. This is more for the younger crowd as far as the DNA, but I mean, it's going to be that YSL DNA amplified sweetness and fruitiness, and then a little bit of a tonka bean underneath it, that amber woody undertone. But overall, it's the fruitiest and the best projecting, and that's what gives me a headache, is that the apple's so strong that it just gives me a headache. But if you want a very sweet, semi-bubblegummy version of the YSL DNA, that's this one. YSL EDP is fantastic. You can't go wrong. But just make sure that you're not overspraying it unless you know that the person you're taking likes strong fragrances. So, yeah. Now going into the last one. So this one is going to be my scent of the night, and just an FYI, I have the brand new Azzaro Forever Wanted Elixir, but you guys won't see a video until about Monday or Tuesday because I won't be around to record it. But with that said, this is Azzaro's The Most Wanted Parfum. I know my wife likes it a lot. I know I like it a lot. So as you can tell, bottle's like almost gone. I probably need to get a new one next year. So the original Most Wanted is that toffee cardamom spice. It's really, really nice. It has the bourbon and vanilla, but more subdued with the amberwood. Well, this one amps up that bourbon vanilla. And if there is a little bit of toffee, which it's very, very downplayed, because you get that Most Wanted DNA, but it's very, very much downplayed. And that bourbon vanilla is really amped up to meet up with some ginger. And in the beginning, some people call it grape soda. I don't get that vibe. If you do, great. And I know there's always one person that says, yeah, I do. I don't get that. I get the nice, bourbon vanilla is more of this rich ambery vanilla that has a little bit of a dark and semi-smoky nuance. Mix that together with this nice warm ginger to give it a little bit of a effervescent pop, and then you also mix that together with, again, that Azzaro The Most Wanted DNA, the amber woodish tones, a little bit of almost like a toffiness underneath it, and a little bit of spice. It's warm, it's rich, it's seductive. It's one of the best night out fragrances for the cold weather, and it has one of the coolest bottles, just like the new Azzaro Forever Wanted Elixir. So yeah, those are 10 fragrances that are fantastic to wear on Valentine's, whether you're going out today or tomorrow. It doesn't have to be on Valentine's Day, but to go out on a Valentine's Day date. Like I'm taking my wife out this weekend because we don't go out on Friday nights. It's stupid to do that because there's so many people going to the restaurants and all that. But with that said, whenever you do go out, these are some good ideas. But again, the best is to just ask the person what their favorite fragrance of yours is and just wear that. That's the smartest, if you're a smart person. But anyway, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll be back with another one. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody. Peace out.